stop chasing clients.
Mm.
Give away your knowledge,
Mhm.
that the knowledge that is tangible, that you have applied to your existing clients. Give it away. Give it away in such a way that people will still people will feel, oh, this is a stupid idea, you have to charge for that. Give away and people will eventually come to you. They will chase you instead of you chasing them. The people, they will chase you.
That's
So
amazing.
become in that level of craziness of giving away.
What would be one thing that you would love to or wish that somebody told you when you were starting?
When I was starting out, I wish someone could tell me that you have to have a mentor aside you.
Mm.
Have a mentor who can tell you that don't do this and do this.
Mm.
That is the stuff. And also one of the most important thing is that you have to be crazy action taker instead of just getting consuming the knowledge, because new knowledge will come and go until you act on that. When I quit the job, I had 4 months of salary in my hand, because in case something wrong happened on the new clients, I still have money to survive, and I can find another job if I need to. But I was not in that position that let's continue the job. No,
Mm.
it's done, it's enough. Now it's time to move the needle. So that was our turning point, to just work on your previous craft and develop a new skill parallelly. Find the time between your, as Alex Hormozzi said it very well, you don't need to worry about your 9 to 5, worry about your 5 to 9.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Brainwash to be Broke series. Today's guest has helped over 100 businesses scale from 5 to 6 figure a month using Facebook ads. He's generated over 20 million in client revenue, worked with e-com brands, coaches, and consultants, and knows how to craft offers and funnels that actually convert. With 7+ years in the game and now serving as a ClickFunnels ambassador, he's go-to name in one of the most powerful marketing community out there. Super pumped to have him here. Welcome to the show, Navneet.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Adam, for having me and inviting me. And this is my first ever interview as a guest, and I was quite nervous as well at the same time. But I was excited because it is my first one, and I was at the back of my mind. I was asking myself what sort of questions it will be and what sort of the interview. So, and then I give myself assurance that yeah, let's just have a just casual conversation with the host and just share the journey, whatever the questions will be.
That's amazing. Perfect. So let's go and let's start it with the first opening question that I like to ask. So let's go back to the beginning. When you were growing up, what did success mean in your world?
When I was growing up, when I was in my academic background, I was told that you have to get good grades and you have to qualify for higher marks in your school and college, and then you will be able to get the job. That was the success, that was the definition from the school teachers, even from the colleges, because in college times, the students who were very near and dear to the teachers and professors, they were getting privilege of getting recommended in the companies and job offers. So I was a middle class guy, and I was not on the top and not on the lower. I was in the middle of the college, and I was on my own. Like it was like I have to do everything myself. I get to send a resume and all sort of stuff to get the job. But I was not privileged to have the recommendations of professors and college.
So when
They
you,
came.
that's yeah. So like I can relate to this so much because when I've been growing up, it was completely like it was really pretty similar. Not on the top, not in the not the worst, but it's basically because when I've been growing up in a in a family of people that have been working in corporate job. So
Yeah.
they've been pretty. It was pretty like similar to yours, even though we are in different from different countries, right? And
Yeah.
so um what expected from you your parents that you should become, like who should you become to be like validated for
Yeah.
them, like yeah, I'm proud of you, you know what I mean, like this type of thing.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, recently it was Mother's Day, 3 days back, and I posted a beautiful story that was from my mother's side. And let me tell you a story again. My mother is someone who have never stepped into school, but as every parents have expectations from their kids that whatever we couldn't achieve for some reason, either it's traditional thoughts or it was like a this same pattern that you have to get good grades and you have to get the job and then you have to grind till the death. So that sort of pattern is going on, but they were expecting like our son will do something different,
Mhm.
and could achieve what we were not able to achieve. So in their minds, it was like we have to do our duty. We have to pay his school fee, college fee, and whatever the support we can support him to reach his goal. So their end goal is to make me happy, whatever work I will do. So that was the expectation from my parents. And during last it was Mother's Day on 11th. So I supported my mother and show my gratefulness by taking her to the dinner. And she was insisting like I'm not very habitual to that, but I said like I have to pay for that. That's my gratefulness to you being a mentor in my life. And at some point, like not I wouldn't say that I am really successful or I am super rich or I hit my all the milestones. I'm not at that point yet, but I am at the stage where I'm very grateful to God, to the time, and to my parents and my mentors.
That's amazing. That's really well said, and it's just amazing that even though like you've been able to appreciate everything what your parents gave you along the
Yes.
way. When you are going to school in your country, do you have to be like do you need to have money to actually pay those for the studio?
Yeah, education is almost similar, I believe, in all the countries. I'm not quite
Okay.
sure about the other countries, but like when like here in India, two types of institutions are there. One
Mm,
is government and the second is private.
mm-hmm,
In government, teachers, professors are very well qualified, but they don't care. They will just give the lecture, they will educate you in the class, and they will leave.
mm,
They don't have any responsibility. Either you will have good grades or bad grades,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
And the fee is very minimal there, right?
right.
Because professors and teachers are going to get the salary from the government.
Mm-hmm,
Parents and students don't have to pay the fee.
yeah.
In the private side, they charge a lot of money
Mm-hmm,
because they are going to take the responsibility of good grades, good etiquettes, good disciplines, good how they are going to teach the students how the life is going to look like in the next decade,
mm-hmm.
or maybe what you are going to do after finishing your college.
Yeah.
So private institutions take the responsibility, and that's why they charge.
So do
And
you have a
both,
student's loan over there, or don't you don't really have those type of things in your
yeah, we take students loans,
Mhm.
but at very extreme. When, for example, let's say we have to study abroad, or we have to admission, we have to take admission in a where education institutions are charging like thousands of dollars. In
Right.
that case, we can take the loan, and also the loan will be given on if you have some type of property or some
Mhm.
type of like gold loan. You
Right.
can
Yeah.
borrow the gold and you can take the cash. So that sort
Mhm.
of system is here as well.
Mhm. Yeah, because when like I see, for example, or hear from people that going to uni and they have to pay they have to pay every year like those type of money, and they are then like after when they finish graduation they are like completely in debt, and they need to pay those money until they like literally like they are even like 50, 60, and they are
Yes.
after that they finally pay the debt, and then okay, let's think about like or start enjoying life or something. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
is the huge craziness that is happening out there. But back to the when it shift for you to actually like, okay, this is not the way that I want to go. I want to change the way I've been like I've been living, or my parents been living, because for example for me it was like my parents was working crazy hours, like they were working even in three jobs a day to just pay everything for us, because that was
Mhm.
like and that was the thing that actually motivated me and like made the shift, that I changed the trajectory and wanted to do actually something different in my life. And that was the
Yeah.
time when I moved to England and started rebuilding all my life basically. But it
Mhm.
was like it was super scary for me. So I would like to
Yeah.
know, what was the shift? Was it at some type of event or something that actually like like what happened, that it was like, okay, I need to change the way I live, like I supposed to live.
Yeah, in my case, my father was doing a traditional job. It was a daily wage job. For example, if one day my dad didn't go to the work
Mm-hmm.
for that specific day, we are not going to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So that sort of job it was. And I wanted to make sure that I'm not, even if, for example, let's say if my parents are spending money on my fee, like in the school time, the fee was not that much huge, but during the college time, they paid from their savings, not from the daily wage. So I had to think about it. Like, I don't want to do that sort of stuff for my kids. And I have to repay for my parents as well. So I already decided that after getting education in school and even college, I don't want to do the traditional type of work or job that anyone, a non-educated person can do. They just have to do the work with the hands. So I need to do the work with minds as well. so that my intellectual knowledge can get help me where my parents couldn't go. So that was the event when I have to decide, like, I need to get out of my village and go somewhere where there are big companies, where there are people thinking outside the box. So that was the moment back in 2010 when I completed my college, and with the recommendation of one of my senior in the college,
What have you been
they
studying?
told,
Actually, what have you
sorry,
been studying?
I did diploma in computer science.
Ooh, okay. That's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, and my even some of my friends and in my village were saying like you get the job in the right stream in which you have actually get the study. So by the recommendation of one of my senior, I got applied for the job, and with the one of my friend who was my college mate, we got our first job in 2010, and that was the turning point from my side. Because if I couldn't go out of my village, I would not be here.
All
Because I
right.
will be somewhere, I either will be doing a job or either will be doing any kind of handwork.
So you physically moved from your village to actually like to live somewhere in like in a city. Where did you move actually? If you might be studying.
Metro city. I was moved from around 70-80 miles away from my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually meeting my parents after every 3-4 weeks.
Mm. So how was the like how was the shift for you when you actually stepped out from that comfort zone,
Act,
probably I would say, because you have the you have the people behind you that they can still support you, but now
yeah,
you are somewhere different and like somewhere.
actually,
Yeah, tell me.
yeah, actually, that shift from the job
Mm,
was not new for me because I had already spent outside of my hometown, and it was around 200 to 300 miles away from my hometown where I did college. So I had already have the experience of staying away from my parents and my brother and my siblings,
mm,
to stay away, cook myself,
mm,
right? Do everything household chores myself. And by that time I get to the job, I was very habitual of being alone,
mm,
doing my all the household chores myself and getting the study. And now it was the time for the job. So
mm,
it was not new for me, or it was not concerning that I have to go outside or something like that.
mm.
But because I was already habitual for 3 years.
So it wasn't that big shift, right? Okay,
Yeah.
uh yeah, that's interesting because like for me it was completely like it's not that like I've been 1,000 miles away from actually where I've been when I've been living. So for me it was a massive shift, and there's like nobody who I know or like who I can go to ask for some help or whatever, and we've been living in staff accommodations because I haven't got the money to actually pay stuff. So I've been like
Yeah. Yeah.
working in normal like in restaurants and so on, and like what the heck I'm gonna do, like okay, so but I start figuring stuff out. And was there like when you actually decided to, because at that time, have you been still in a corporate job? Have you been still working for some company, or have you already
Yeah,
started?
like,
Okay.
no, no, yeah, like in 2010 I started working in a company. It was corporate job. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that sort of stuff. Yeah.
And when you so during that time,
Mhm.
the decision for you to go and start helping other entrepreneurs doing this type of thing, when that shift happened for you, like.
Yeah, that's interesting story. I started like after finished my college in 2010, I moved to a different city and I get a job.
Mhm,
While doing the job, I started like learning. While doing the job, I started learning additional skills as well. Like
mhm,
my first job was working in a call center. I was receiving the calls, helping the support with whatever the job was, and then I got to know that SEO is something that can help businesses to rank their websites and get inquiries
mhm,
without spending money on ads or any efforts. They just need to do the keyword stuff and SEO, and website will move up to the in Google search engine, right? So that sort of stuff. After SEO, sorry, yeah, SEO, I started learning social media, how we can
mhm,
improve a business visibility through social media. So by doing that stuff, 2010, 12, 13,
mhm,
and in the beginning of 2014, I quit the job
mhm.
because in 2013, I was seeing that corporate companies are not doing the work with their due diligence.
Okay.
Different departments are doing their own job, but nobody is taking the responsibility, and
Mhm.
they are not even in the position that they were not guiding the businesses that what is right and what is not right.
Right.
So I saw the gap. Like, if I'm doing the job here and I'm not using my full potential here, then what's the point of doing the job, and what's the point of spending my 9 to 5 hours here?
So that was the
So
decision. Like, okay, I
yes,
need to ship it
yes.
and I need to go with entrepreneurship and start doing this type of things. Okay, that's pretty cool. Like, because for example, so many people when they start like entrepreneurship or jumping to entrepreneurship, they don't have even skills that they can offer, and they just jump
Yeah,
into something that they have like no idea what to do because somebody sold them on the better future,
yeah,
right? And then they are start figuring out things like, okay, like, I need to learn like skills like how to bring traffic, or how to sell to people, or how to build an offer, and then even like how to fulfill on that, and these type
yeah,
of things. And so many people, like, it's not easy process. Like, entrepreneurship is super hard. Like,
yeah.
especially like it, if you have no skills, you have no background with it, like in it, you like, what would you say to somebody who would like be in that position, that he would be like, okay, should I go to entrepreneurship, or shouldn't I? Should, like, if I shouldn't go to, like, on the fence to actually decide if I should quit a job, or should I like or should I continue and build it along the way, like still working and building the skills along the way while I'm working. What would you say to that? Do you think it's better to do this way, or would you go like, what do you think?
Yeah, it would be better to develop a new skill while working on your 9 to 5 job. Or for
Mm,
example, let's say if somebody is working with his father in the corporate business, and
mm,
right, and now the son wants to jump into the entrepreneurship, right? So while working with the father's business,
mhm,
the son must develop a skill as a side hustle.
mhm,
And once, let's say, the pocket money or whatever the income is coming from the father's business, and the side hustle started generating the money, then should take the switch. Because I did the same while doing my 9 to 5 job for 3 4 years. I developed additional skills before leaving the existing one,
mm,
right? And when I quit the job, I had 4 months of salary in my hand, because in case something wrong happened on the new clients, I still have money to survive, and I can find another job if I need to. But I was not in that position that let's continue the job. No,
mm.
it's done, it's enough. Now it's time to move the needle. So
Right.
that was our turning point, to just work on your previous craft
Mm,
and develop a new skill parallelly. Find the time between your, as Alex Hormozzi has said it very well. You don't need to worry about your 9 to 5. Worry about your 5 to 9.
ooh, that's so good. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
because
really good.
that's the time where you will, where the real test is.
Yeah.
Where, in which area you are spending your time.
Mm,
Either you're watching Netflix, playing games, or partying, or whatever you are doing. It depends on you.
totally. That's so good. Yeah. So it pretty was similar to me also. Like, I mean, going part-time job and building everything on the side basically.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I think this is the best way to start anything, because there is not that huge risk, and the thing that actually, like, that you need to pay your bills, you need to live somewhere, you need to take care about your partner if you have some, or your kids. So
yeah,
don't jump to business right away, because that would be the worst thing that you can do actually, and it can hurt you more than anything else. Um,
yeah.
when you made a decision, what objections or roadblocks or mindset shift you had to, like, what you have to overcome, or like, how did you have to shift your thinking once you've been like, I'm in entrepreneurship now, and like, did you felt some different vibe of, like, actually, when you step out from that safety place, like, because you still, like, even though if you are working for some corporate like for some company, you are still like pretty much safe, because there you are still getting paid, even
Yeah,
though you won't find clients, or you know what I mean, right? So you don't
yeah,
need to take care about this, because you're getting paid per hours, for example,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So was there some type of shift for you, like mindset shift, that you had to overcome to actually, you know.
No, actually, there was no mindset shift, because I was not alone on that time when I quit the job.
Mhm,
Me and my partner, we were college mate from that time. Sorry, schoolmate. Then we became college mate,
mhm,
and then we became business mate, or we can say we became business partner. So we were living in the same room, right? We shared the room, and we were having the same mindset of like how companies are working,
mhm,
what at what level they are not taking care of the clients, and what sort of strategies they are working with. So we were both fed up of that sort of situation,
mhm,
and we both were agreed with each other's opinion that if if we are going to take that step, what is going to happen, and if we take B plan, those are the consequences and results will be.
mhm,
So we were pretty much sure about that.
mhm,
And for example, if we quit the 9 to 5 job and we take the first step in solopreneur journey,
mhm.
the roadblocks will always be there. Either we are in the solopreneur entrepreneur, or we work with the bigger teams, there will always be problems.
That's right.
The real mindset is how you are going to tackle them,
Mhm,
how you are going to solve the problems. Because at every level there will be problems.
Totally. Yeah.
So we already understood it in the age of 23 or 24 that problems will always be there. You just have to be patient enough and capable enough to solve them.
That's a huge blessing, because
Yeah.
this is not many, like lots of people don't understand, and they don't even go and take the step because they are scared of doing that step to the unknown, basically, and that what they need to actually do and overcome from the beginning, and how they have to be, like, what mindset they have to like really develop to be able to actually go and basically create or like develop the discipline and the
Yeah.
resilience to actually go through those things, even though it can be hard, it can be scary, and they need, like, this type of thing is like, I love to say that nothing is happening to us, everything's happening for us. We should be, like, we always, there are always two coins, like two sides of the coin, you know
Of
what I
one coin.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
100%.
love this type of thinking
Yeah.
so much. And so when you actually, like, when you uh, um, make the shift, like, did you have already like some type of clients coming in from that point, like like where did you, like, how did you actually start like acquiring clients to your business? Like, have you been publishing or something, like, or have you been doing cold DMing or cold calling or something? Tell me about that.
Yeah, no, that was not like I was not very well aware about these methods
Okay.
on that time.
Mm,
Yeah, I was aware that content is something that businesses needs to publish for to grow their business. There was on that time SEO was very popular, social media was very popular, and publishing articles on article publishing websites, that was very popular thing on that time. But I had a different privilege, I would say, because all the companies were getting clients from the freelancing websites like freelancer.com.
mhm,
On that time Upwork was very popular, and there was one more website, I don't remember that, but these websites were really popular.
mhm,
And uh, and I had thinking of like, if companies are getting clients
mhm,
from these freelancing websites, then
mhm.
why can't we? Then
Right.
we decided to make the
Very
shift. Like,
interesting.
yeah, like we made a decision. If the clients are coming to the companies who are not very well taking care of the clients,
Mhm,
then why don't we take the clients and individually help them on a more personalized level?
mhm,
Because in the companies, manager or project manager or whoever is the head of the team needs to ask the employee what is the
mhm,
progress, what is the stuff. On solo, we have the privilege to end-to-end communication, what will be the results, what will be the reporting. So all sort of stuff was from that was the kind of privilege, I would say, as compared to the agencies and companies.
right.
So we took that advantage. Like, if agencies are getting clients easily, it was very easy on that time on getting clients on Upwork and freelancing websites. Nowadays it is full of scam and spammers.
Mhm.
So we took advantage of that and we made the shift.
That's amazing, because people are really like most of, like, what I can see, that people are overcomplicating things like a lot, and they can see the easiest path, or they don't want to take the easy path to actually to the success sometimes, because I would say it's because of their status, like, or ego, basically, because they're trying to be cool or to be looking good, and really, like, this. It's just funny to see that. And said also on the other side, because
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
there could be so many more successful people are getting success so much faster or easier way than
Yeah.
actually trying to do something that is super hard. Where like, when you step out of the corporate job and you start actually building the entrepreneur, like, being on the entrepreneurship journey, did you have like points where you had to go and, for example, hire a coach or somebody who led you to actually, like, give you more clarity on things, or have you been like all the time like like self-made, basically, that you studied everything about the success, and it was like the easy way, like, kind of streamline road for you?
No, like, dude, when we started working on the like our solopreneur journey, we didn't think about hiring someone because we were just doing the work. We were experimenting on the client's work. Some clients were failures, some were success.
Mm,
The successful were the good case studies. The failures were the lessons. And
mm,
in the meantimes, when we were working for
mhm,
the clients were getting courses and coaches and all sort of stuff from their mentors, and they were giving us access. So
mhm,
we had the privilege to work with the clients, and
mhm,
we were learning from the courses that they given us as a freelancer,
mhm.
and we learned from there, and also we learned from the clients work as well.
Mm.
My first investment I did when I individually purchased, it was a $37 course from Dan Henry.
Wow.
And it was a Facebook Pixel course, like how we can leverage the Facebook Pixel retargeting on that time.
Yeah.
It was a 2017 time,
Mhm.
and that was my first course I purchased. After that, I purchased Catherine Howell course, Facebook Ads That Convert. That
Mhm.
was my second. And after that, I purchased some of the ebooks and books. So these were some of the investments of mine in the before 2020.
Mhm. Have you been right from the get-go into advertisement and all of those? Okay. How did you get uh, into ClickFunnels world from there?
That's a very interesting story actually. I have been part of ClickFunnels community since 2021, I believe. I think that sort of time,
Mhm.
because I created a new Facebook account because my old Facebook account was restricted due to some advertising reasons, and that's a whole different story.
Mhm.
And by the end of 2022, I hired a coach
Mhm.
who was helping people how we can publish content, how we can tell our stories to the people who we have been, how we started entrepreneur journey, and all sort of stuff,
Mhm.
and how we can tell our story very authentically and provide value to the people, and those people will become your clients eventually.
Mhm.
Not on the at the same time, they will consume your content, they will consume your story, and end up being your clients if you are providing value, and if you have a tangible solution for their problems.
Mhm.
So I hired a coach in November 2022, and he's just suggested me to provide value and being insanely valuable asset in
Mhm.
your favorite communities. So I joined ClickFunnels. I dived deep into even I didn't have any product like
Mhm.
except my services. I didn't have any course, any physical product, but I still joined ClickFunnels to understand it, how funnels work, how offers work. So from that time, my ClickFunnels journey started by providing value for 3 4 months. They
Mhm.
recognized me and they offered me, "Do you want to be an ambassador?" I said, "Heck, of course, why not?"
Amazing. Yeah,
So from that time, the journey started. It was September 2023. I got the invitation.
that's amazing. When you actually when you moved and when you started your journey entrepreneurship journey, did you have already your family? Like, did you have already your kids, or it was?
No.
Mm.
I was like a single on that time when I started the
Mhm.
switch from 9 to 5 to solopreneur,
Mhm.
because I couldn't think about that all that time because I was solo on that time, and if I have to switch, I have to think about one more person on that time. But by the time when I get married, I had a good backup plans
Mhm.
to get married. Yeah,
Mm, that's awesome. Yeah, I always like that was my role. So like, before I going to have a kids, I need to take care about us and be able to provide for them and be able to support them any like every way. So
yeah,
this is like still it's on my list. I'm going for this type of things also to actually be able to make sure that they're going to have everything what they need and be able to support them and have and give them the time, especially because this was one massive missing point for me in my childhood. So I don't want to do exactly that for my kids also. I want to give them the attention, give them, the support they
yeah,
need. So that's
yeah.
that's really, really awesome. So now basically you are helping, or are you in the community of ClickFunnels, like helping others do Facebook advertisement, or what do you do actually now? Like, are you still doing advertisements, right? Like helping people to grow on social media using ads. Are you doing also like funnel building or some stuff, or have you add some type of skills into your
Yes,
services?
yes. Like the Facebook ads is the primary skill set that I have. But apart from that, I can by just reviewing the funnel, I can see what are the missing points and I can fix them. But if I need to get expertise advice, then I hire people who are very advanced level than me.
Mm,
But by just seeing the funnels, where are the conversion leakage, what are the technical stuff, and what specific section element is not making sense, I help people there.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome because yeah, but basically my starting point of actual entrepreneurship was studying funnels and everything. So that was like that first step into
yeah.
that. But yeah, so what would you say to somebody like who would like to go and start, in the entrepreneurship journey, and what would be your first or number one, advice for them to what they should do first to actually, like streamline the beginning at least because the beginning is always the hardest, right?
Yes, yes. So there are two types of people who are going to fall in this category.
Mhm.
The who are doing to 9 to 5 job or corporate job,
Mhm.
and the second one will be the college students who are in the college education phase, right? And they want to either choose the corporate job or any solopreneurship, right? So for the 9 to 5 one, if they want to come in the online journey, then you have to pick a skill that is the highest paying skill, either copywriting, right, advertising, designing some sort of either visuals or like either graphics or video. Now AI is very peak, so people can start learning how to generate good prompts and all sort of stuff. I don't want to mention every single thing.
Yeah.
So for the 9 to 5, they have to do the side hustle, right? Once the side hustle is started bringing you money, and when the money is minimum 2 to 3x from your 9 to 5 job, then make the switch, right? And also focus on being progress, not the perfect, being on a progression phase of crafting your skill, and then make the switch. That will be the right path. And for the college students or the people who have to choose between the corporate job or the entrepreneurship, they have to do the same stuff. They have to make their craft very well. Like they have to polish their skills. Without skills, you are not, you have without skill, you have to jump another shiny object every time. If, for example, someone started in ads and they will see, oh, video editing is really good domain, and then they will see AI is big, let's do that. But every individual skill has its own importance. If you attach yourself with the individual skill, and you, as again, I remember the quote from Alex Hormozy, if you can do one thing for 1,000 times or 1,000 days, it will be hard to someone to beat you in that specific skill. You just don't have to expect the results in couple of weeks or months. You just have to totally indulge it into the skill.
Would you say that it would be like what solution or what offer would you tell people to sell at the beginning? Like, would you go for like services, like service provider first? I would say that because this is like, in my opinion, is one of the easiest way to get sales, because
Yes.
to get clients, because it's only up to you. You need to show the person that you know what you are doing. But
Yeah.
if you do coaching, this is completely different level, right? Because you
Yeah.
need to make them feel that you know what you do, and that they will be able to actually execute on what you are talking, what you are teaching
Yes.
them. So there are two
Yeah.
things. But like in
Yeah.
services, you can just find a client, and then you can go to your cave and start building and crafting the thing, and it's
Yeah.
basically up to you, right? So
Yes.
do you
Yes.
agree with that, or what do you think?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Because a coach, I have been like seeing like some of my friends who were in the coaching program of my mentor, and they were seeing like few weeks back, some people were service providers, and after 6 7 weeks they become coach. How they become coach?
Yeah,
First,
it's a really good point.
craft your skill,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will start teaching your skill, whatever the journey you have gone through, right? For example, let's say if I have to start coaching business today, and I have never been into that journey, what will I teach to the people? It
Oh,
will be
good.
totally passing the information from taking here to passing to that people, and I didn't go through the journey yet.
Totally. Wow. Yeah, that's super good. Yeah. Would you like, what would be like one thing that you would love to or wish that somebody told you when you've been starting out?
When I was starting out, I wish someone could tell me that you have to have a mentor aside you. Have a mentor who can tell you that don't do this and do this. That is the stuff. And also one of the most important thing is that you have to be crazy action taker instead of just getting consuming the knowledge, because new knowledge will come and go. Until you act on that, it will still be knowledge. It is not going to be progress, or there will be no tangible result out of that knowledge.
Right. I would say also it's to this that when you're not actually execute the knowledge, you are not really like developing the skill.
Yeah,
By
100%.
executing the skill, you're going to gain the knowledge. That's the real knowledge. So for
Yes.
those who are like just learning and they are in that obsession of studying, you should really go and like everything what you learn, go and execute it.
Yeah.
So, and that make you even like easier, like it make you make it it's going to make easier for you to focus on things that actually matter for you, because you are in certain level of building a business. So if you
Yeah.
start learning things that doesn't matter at the moment, and you are trying to, for example, instead you are starting a business, but you are like focusing on things that are for scaling of business, you are unable to execute those things. So why you should
Yes.
study those things right now, right? So
Yeah.
you should really focus on things that you can apply right, like at the moment, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So one more question. What's one belief you had to unlearn to actually become free?
Okay, one belief that I have to unlearn: stop chasing clients.
Hmm.
Give away your knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
that the knowledge that is tangible, that you have applied to your existing clients. Give it away. Give it away in such a way that people will still people will feel, oh, this is a stupid idea, you have to charge for that. Give away and people will eventually come to you. They will chase you instead of you chasing them. The people, they will chase you.
That's
So
amazing.
become in that level of craziness of giving away.
Hmm.
And there was a book from Gary Vaynerchuk,
Mm-hmm.
jab 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 right hook. So give and then ask. Even don't ask, give till the point that they will come to you and will inquire about your services, your products.
That's amazing. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for that powerful conversation. Before I let you
yeah,
go, uh,
you're welcome.
for anyone who is listening, where they can find you or where they can like start working with you, or where you can just thank you for those information that you provided.
I am most active on Facebook. So my Facebook profile is with the name Navneet Kumar, and there is a badge of ClickFunnels ambassador on my profile as a cover photo, so people can find me there. And if they have any questions, any sort of they need suggestions, recommendations, they can just message me on Facebook.
Thank you so much. That was super powerful conversation, and
You're
I'm just
welcome.
going to end it this way. For everyone who's listening, if this stirs something in you, don't ignore it. Share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe, leave a review, and remember, you weren't born to follow the script. You were born to be free. Bye,
Well
everybody.
said.